Well, as you know, here on the Willis Report, consumers are our #1 business, and making sure your money is working for you, especially for big investments like college, we're on your side. Despite the soaring costs and often grim job prospects, the Princeton Review has identified 200 colleges that actually give you return on your investment, ROI. Their senior vice president and publisher, Rob Franek, is here with a sneak preview of their new book, Colleges That Pay You Back: The 200 Best Value Colleges and What It Takes to Get In. Rob, welcome.
Good to see you, Jerry.
I just want to congratulate you on doing this, because this is the one thing that mom and dad don't think about. They think about the pretty ivy. They imagine their kids on a campus like in Love Story. It's all going to be wonderful.
Classes under trees.
Slam, 4 years later, this kid has no job. So tell me how you put this list together. What were the factors you considered?
We looked at lots of different factors in this one. We looked at overall cost, how well a student was doing in the classroom, obviously, financial aid, career services. Then we partnered with payscale.com to follow students not only upon graduation, where they're getting jobs and starting salaries, but then 10, 15, and 20 years into their career. So we have a real longitudinal view. Did you have great value for that education, return on education?
Yeah. So let me stop you there. Here's what I find amazing about this. So you're not just talking about, do kids get a job in that year after graduation? You're looking down the road, because if you're putting out all that money, you've got to get some kind of return on the investment, right? So let's go to that list of colleges that do the best job. Let's start at the bottom, number 5.
Princeton. A usual suspect. And we've all heard about the school before, but let's think about the money that they're giving out. These schools may have some heart-stoppingly expensive sticker prices, but they're giving out a great deal of average grant aid, money that you don't have to pay back, and then bringing that sticker cost down to something palatable.
All right, so there's a lot of these on this list. Stanford is there. Let's show Stanford.
Stanford is number 4.
Another likely suspect.
Exactly. I mean, everybody knows about Stanford. Now, these schools are competitive to get into, but when you're in, financially, it should not be a burden. But then thinking about, again, telescoping out from your career, are you getting jobs upon graduation? What's your annual starting salary? And then mid-tier career, what's that starting? What's that?
And Harvey Mudd is always on this list, and that's because this is typically an engineering school. These folks make a ton of dough.
They really do. They have high starting salaries, and Harvey Mudd, it's part of the Claremont Consortium, Pomona, Pitzer, Scripps, Harvey Mudd, and Pitzer, of course. Yeah, I mean, Pomona. And it's a wonderful, wonderful school, engineering, computer science, and mathematics.
And then your kids can send you money. Okay,
yeah,
MIT. MIT, interestingly, I hear it's very difficult. That first year is very, very tough.
It is. It is a traditional weed-out year. But if you can stay in and think about, the internships, the experiential learning that you can get while at MIT and then move on to a career, it's such great return on your education.
I was shocked at the Cooper Union for the advancement of science and art being number 1.
Oh my God, he's been a great favorite of mine at the Princeton Review. Cooper Union for many years charged no tuition. A couple years ago, now they're half tuition. They give out more money for those students with need. Right here in New York City, art, architecture, and engineering programs, these students do so well academically.
Giving the average freshman $44,000. So tell me, okay, so these are big fancy pants schools.
Yes.
Maybe my child does not have the grades to get in.
Sure.
What are other great places to go that have great ROI?
There are so many. One, Clemson University, Clemson, South Carolina, one of our great favorites at the Princeton Review. Big school, 16,500 kids, but they admitted 57% of their student population. So it's attainable admission, but it's great for career services and alumni relations. 127,000 active alum from Clemson giving back to their current students and then throughout your career as well.
Anybody else you want to mention on that? I think that's a big list because...
Oh, yeah. George Washington University, number 1 for best internships on college campuses. They're supplying more internships in the city of D.C.
You have to get the Princeton Review book to find this all out.
It's so good, yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you one other thing. Princeton Review has stripped a college of its ranking.
University of Missouri, Kansas City. We've talked about this in the past. I do a ranking list with Entrepreneur Magazine for the best entrepreneurial undergraduate and graduate schools of business.
What happened?
It's a falsification of data. Several different data points. And it's come out. There was a PricewaterhouseCoopers study. It just came out to my attention on Friday, as well as to the rest of the world.
That didn't take long for you to turn around.
No, it didn't. We removed them on Sunday, and now we removed them from past ranking lists, because it wasn't just this year, 2014, 2011, 12, and 13.
Wow.
They've been stripped of those rankings throughout.
Rob, great to see you.
Good to see you. Thank you.
Thank you.